The OPP will not be laying charges in connection to the ticket scandal at Sudbury Transit. Sudbury Police Chief Frank Elsner delivered the news during the City Council meeting on Tuesday.
We have concluded our investigation and has determined that reasonable grounds do not exist that the vendor committed any criminal offense.
The investigation began back in 2011 after the city auditor uncovered more than $800,000 in missing ticket money at Sudbury Transit. Transit management continued to renew contracts with the company that ran the kiosk, despite the fact that its debt with the city continued to grow year after year.
If you get into a business relationship with someone and they don't pay you back as you're required, so they give you a false check or they owe you money, as in this case, and you don't take them to task right at the time that it happens, it's considered you extended them credit. So you say, okay, listen, pay me next month or pay me a little bit now and then pay me off in a month from now. As soon as you do that, you've extended credit and you no longer have the opportunity to now go before the courts as a criminal matter. You can still sue them and do all those other things, but as a criminal offense, it no longer applies.
So is it fair to say that this is a case of bad business practices as opposed to anything criminal going on?
That would be what would appear at the outset of this investigation, yes.
Quite frankly, this should have been looked after a long time ago. I mean, this goes back a long time, way before I was the mayor. What you need to do is you have to have policies and procedures in place so that there's stopgaps and there's checks and balances. And it's important that this came out in the community because we want to make sure that those things are there so that this does not happen again.
If the city wants to instill confidence in the public that that this is never going to happen again, they're going to have to do something more than just say, well, we brought in some more controls and we're actually now going to do what we should have been doing back then. I think the people who were in charge back then need to be held accountable for their lack of action on this file, and they need to be disciplined, and if that means firing, so be it.
City Council plans to meet with the OPP in a closed meeting so they can discuss details of the investigation in private. For Northern Life, this is Heather Green Oliver.